What up, y'all? It's your homeboy Justin. We're back in my bathroom one more again. I know I rattled it off really fast, but that's because I like to talk fast. Anyway, this video is going to be a get ready with me for how I get ready to go to work. And what I mean by going to work, I mean going to work at a bar. If you did not know, I work at a bar. It's a gay bar. I work as a shot server, shot boy, if you will. It's like my name, right? It's like my title. That's what people know me as. But I figured I would show you guys what goes into getting myself ready for that whole to-do, because it's kind of a big to-do. So anyway, we're just gonna jump right into this. It's gonna be kind of an interesting, different kind of video than I've done before, but I just wanna show you guys the whole process of what I do. So the first thing is that we have to take care of this and all of this. So I'm gonna cut my hair real quick and I'll be right back, okay? In like 2-3 seconds. All right, so this is the before. So here's the after. So, took care of my beard, got the side, shaved and lined up, took care of the back and all, yada, yada, yada. Also, wash my face. That's something that you definitely need to do whenever you just wake up. This is like super, it's a lot of steps, I guess, but this is just to look very refined, polished. So if you were going out in the town, if you were doing something with your family and your friends, or you just want to look good for a date, whoever you're going on a date with, they will appreciate the extra effort you put into your appearance, especially if it's the first date. You know, the first impression matters. So this is what I do. First, wash your face. Also, quick pro tip, when you wash your face, do you wash your hands before you wash your face? This is one of the reasons why you may have acne or blackheads, whiteheads. And one of the things that I actually do is I bought this face brush. It's not electronic, it's not clarisonic, it's not all fancy, but hey, circles, bruh, circles. So after you've cleaned your face, you've moisturized your face, make sure your skin's moisturized. What I do first is I use a primer. I use Becca Cosmetics, what is it called? The Ever Matte Poreless Priming Perfector. So I use a little bit on my finger like that, and I'm just gonna put it in the places where I get the most shine. Now, what does that mean? When I talk about shine, look at your face at the beginning of the day when you wake up, after you wash and everything, and then check your face around lunchtime, around 3 o'clock. That's the oil from your skin. For me, it is my nose, right under my eyes, this T-zone area, my forehead. After you've done that, the next step is a foundation. Now I'm using the Pro-Filt'r foundation from Fenty Beauty in the shade 370. Shake it up before you use it, and then use a beauty blender, wet it a little bit with some water. So I'm gonna pump a little bit onto my finger like so, and then just do a little bit in little dots around my face. This foundation does oxidize, meaning that the oxygen contacts with the minerals and the chemicals used in this foundation, and it'll change color slightly. So when you're trying to find the foundation that you need, go to the store, get color matched, and then wait a moment for it to oxidize to see if it's truly your shade. Don't go out the store thinking that, oh, this is gonna be perfect, when lo and behold, about 20 minutes later, you're gonna look a little bit funny. If you get close to your eye, looking up helps too. That's what I do. It looks funny on camera. I know, I'm just saying. Also, another thing y'all can do with your skin, just a skin regimen. I know we're going into summer, so lotion, Jergens, Eucerin, Derma, whatever. Lotion, use some type of exfoliator as well on your skin. I got links to a salt scrub, a sugar scrub that you can make at home with just the stuff in your pantry. But exfoliate your skin this summer, y'all, and then use some type of butter, like a shea butter, mango butter, body butter, something to really moisturize, okay? I know y'all wanna use that Body Lava by Rihanna and all them other little fancy things, but that's not a moisturizer, that's just a shimmer. That's gonna make your skin look nice and shiny, but it's gonna show up through all the little cracks and crevices on your body, okay? Y'all trying to look all cute talking about, y'all like Rihanna, stop that mess, okay? With summer coming around, yeah, exfoliate and hydrate and moisturate, okay? So your face is gonna look very flat right now, right? Because it's pretty much all one color. So the next part, contour and highlight. I'm using for my complexion to contour is Truffle, and then for concealing, I'm using Caramel. It ain't caramel, y'all, it is caramel. So for contouring, men especially, this is the thing with contouring for men. We want to highlight the masculine traits of our face and our body structure. So, another tip, if you are going outside, or if you're going to the pool, or if you're like me and you work at a bar where you're working shirtless, basically every day, what I do is I actually contour my body. I contour and highlight my body. So like your chest, abs, that V, you know, that, I don't know, there's a name of a muscle, and even like my biceps and my shoulders, my clavicle, my neck, I contour everything because you're in a dark space, so you kind of need to make them stand out even more. Just from the face, what we're gonna do is we're going to contour the neck. So we're gonna get your Adam's apple and just go like that to highlight that. And then your chin. If you have a beard, it's not really that big of a deal, but I'm still gonna do it anyway. And get your chin, and then right where it's really big, I'm just gonna go like so, just to cut that a little bit. So for me with my beard, it's almost like right above where my line is on my beard. And then also another thing that guys have that you kind of want to highlight, and I don't mean that with like, but something you want to bring attention to, it's shadowing. That's what contour is, just bringing shadows to the face, is your brow. One of like a really attractive trait for men that girls like, I'm talking about the straight dudes out there, but just people in general, is that guys who have really strong features. So a strong jawline, strong, very hard cheekbone structure, and then even a hard brow. So to make this look even thicker or fuller or more, just, what's the word? Like, not aggressive, but like more prominent. That's the word, prominent. To make your brow look more prominent, what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna contour underneath your eyebrow, like so. So it's gonna add more shadow once we blend it out and make that look more prominent. And if you want to, you can do the side of your nose. I do just a little bit, but I also have a wide nose. So since I have a wide nose, notice that I'm contouring wide. Why do people want to take their nose and make it look like a little line like Michael Jackson? And actually, no, I'm not even gonna say Michael Jackson, because his nose wasn't even that bad. LaToya, I'm just saying. We have wide noses, okay, black folks? It's gonna spray. So, contour wide, that's all I'm saying. Last thing, forehead. What I do is I do a big line from like the corner of my haircut, my line like that. So you get that, and then I fill in the corner with just a little thing like that. So that's your contour, right? Now, conceal. Conceal is the opposite. The contour brings shadow, the conceal brings light, and kind of like the peaks of your face, right? So obviously with the nose, we'll go down the center of your nose, like so. We'll do the center of your Adam's apple, to do like that. And then for the cheeks, we don't need to do anything in terms of this area, but we will go under eye. I've got dark circles, if you can tell. It's not too bad. But I do want to kind of lighten those up a little bit. So we'll just take a little bit of the concealer. Again, this is in the color Caramel, and just go under eye. If you'll notice, it doesn't look super apparent on my face because the thing is that you're not wanting to find shades that are super brighter than what your face is, or super darker. There's actually another palette of concealers and that Fenty has that's darker than this. This is the dark, I think, line, and there's also a deep line, because there's like 4 different, you know what I mean, all right? So this is not the darkest kit of concealer and highlighter and contour. And then we'll get the center of your forehead, or 5 head if you got that. No tea, no shade, just, you know, call it as you see it. So then we'll do that. We'll also, I just want to kind of highlight my Cupid's bow a little bit. And actually, that's something that I like to do, is again, with contour makes things have shadow, right? So, say you don't have as full of lips as I do, or maybe you want to have the illusion that you have fuller lips. Take your contour and then just go right underneath the line of your lips. Like so, right? And then a little bit more downward on the center. And then you can even do your chin too, but chin you want to highlight. Where you at? Chin we're gonna highlight. I forgot the chin too. Just a little bit. So yeah, so with that shadow underneath your lip, it's going to create the illusion that it's bigger. So, after you've done all that, now it's time, bring out that beauty blender one more time. We're gonna blend this all out, okay? So we're just gonna start from the center and kind of work our way out. It's easier with the lighter colors and then going with the contour later. So we'll do our chin first. We're gonna do the chinny chin, blend that out, nice. And then we'll do Cupid's bow. We're gonna highlight later with some of the Fenty Beauty stuff, just to add a little bit more shimmer. And actually, we won't use the glitter one. We won't use Moscow and Yolo. We'll use the other one, Ginger Binge, which is just, it has the highlight, but it doesn't have the, whatchamacallit, it doesn't have all the glitter that Ginger Binge has. So you can see how when you blend out the concealer, it just kind of brightens up the eye area. And then get this in your forehead. So those are all of the concealer parts. And then we're just gonna take a different part of your beauty blender and go where the contour is at. And you're just bouncing that thing up. You bouncing that thing like you bouncing your body on the dance floor, basically. Oh, I forgot my neck. I just realized, oh no. Oh no, no. So you see how it makes my lip look bigger? Just a little bit. That extra shadow underneath makes a fuller lip. It's all about illusion, people. It's all about illusion. Some people say, why people be doing makeup if you false advertised? And I'm like, psh, the way some of y'all people be looking out there, you need to be advertising a little bit with some extra stuff. What's really funny is that this is making my voice sound very wobbly because I'm hitting where my voice box is, you know, where my vocal cords are. So yeah. So you see how that adds a little bit more depth and accentuation to my Adam's apple. That makes you look a little bit more masculine, looks a little more full, a little bit more pronounced. So that's something that you actually want to go for, guys, okay? So after you've done that, let's take this cheek contour. And again, with this, you want to blend it down. You don't want to go up. You're bringing the shadows down, okay? Just think about your light source. Light comes from above you and directly at you. So you want the shadow to go downward. Like, man, like so, see? So this is with it without being blended out. And this is after you blended it out, okay? See how that looks on this side? Adds a little bit more depth. Also, remember, I have high cheekbones, all right? So the place where my contour is where it fits for my face. Everyone's face is different, everyone's bone structure is different. So make sure that you're doing this in a way that complements your bone structure, not a way that I'm doing it on my face, okay? So you can see how that kind of puts a little bit in, a little bit extra, right? And then the forehead. And this is the part that you want to blend into the hairline, opposite direction up here, okay? Because remember, we highlighted, we concealed the middle of the forehead, so we're wanting this to go from light to dark. Remember, the light is in the center of your face, and then we're going outward, okay? We're just trying to accentuate, add a little bit more dimension to the face, and then kind of just blend it together into the middle. Oh, and then also the brow. That's why I was like, we're missing something here. Yeah, the brow bone. So we're gonna take the pointy part and use that to get into the center of your eye. All right, there. Now you see how the brow catches it, looks a little bit more prominent. That shadow in there. You see how that works? You see how that works? Just a little bit goes a long way. All right, now I'm gonna add just a little bit more because I want a little bit more of a prominent brow. Just a little bit, like just a little bit. We're gonna go a little bit further out, just a little bit more to really kind of create that. Like, you know, like Jason Momoa, or who also has like a really pronounced brow bone? I can't think of anyone. Maybe the actor who played M'Baku in Black Panther. I think he had a pretty prominent brow or brow bone structure. There we go. Now we look like we're about to mess somebody up. All right. Now, after you've done that, your face needs a little bit of a frame, right? You're gonna do some eyebrows. First thing that you need to do is brush your hairs. If you've gotten them waxed or if you haven't gotten them waxed, I would suggest that getting them waxed would be nice. You can either do brow threading or just use your tweezers if you already have a really nice brow shape and just kind of clean it up a little bit. So I normally start in different places every time. I think today we're gonna start on the top line and just kind of drag it on out. We're following the natural shape of the hair on my brows. That'll be the shape that complements your face the best. You know, what they say, God made us in his image, so he made us with already pretty great brows. Just follow God's plan, y'all. He already gave you the schematics. He already gave you the tools. Just gotta use them. That's all you gotta do. And very light strokes because you can build up, but it's hard to take it back down once you've gone over a spot or something. You know what I mean? It's like adding salt to food. You can keep adding salt to that gumbo, but once you got it too salty, you're out of luck. Sorry, can't help you with that. It's not me. Too many chefs in the kitchen. I left it alone. What's interesting too about doing makeup for men, or for myself, I should say, and then working at a gay bar that has a lot of straight people that come to the gay bar, is that there's literally a bell curve. And my brother was talking to me about this, is that how much I do with either what I'm wearing that night or how I do my makeup, because I want to be able to attract people into the space, or at least attract people to want to buy shots from me. But I don't want to be looking so done up to where I'm like pushing people away because I'm quote unquote too gay or too femme or whatever in my appearance. At least how I express myself. Why was I just thinking about when I was in New York City and we went to Morton's? Or yeah, that was a good restaurant. A very good restaurant. What y'all think? That look alright? I'll take it. Alright, that brow's good. Let's see if we can make this one look similar on this side. Remember, brows they're siblings, you know, they're sisters, they're brothers. They are not twins. They are not identical. No way. Kind of look to your other brows as a guide. If you really want to make sure they're similar, look at the tails of your brows and look at the relationship between the corner of your eye and the tail. It's almost like a 40, maybe a 35-degree angle. It just follows up to the tail. So try to do that on both sides, or use that as a template, as a guide. As far as the beginning of your brows, what my sister Jay told me is that you kind of want to go to where your nostril lines up with your eye. So you don't want to go too close to the middle. You know, I'll fade those out and blend them out a little bit. You see a little bit too close already. That's the one thing about working with glitter with S Job, is that they'll just be glitter for the rest of my life, just chilling. Okay, anyway, we're gonna ignore that. So the next thing that we're gonna do is we're going to take, also from Fenty Beauty, their highlighters. We're gonna take some of the Ginger Binge. What we're actually gonna take is we're gonna take rum, which is this cool, just gold color, and use that to highlight. So, what part of your face is you highlighting, okay? So we're gonna take, hold on. Before we do that, I'm gonna get my brow, because I missed this earlier, with just a little bit of the concealer. Just a little bit. Cool. All right. So we're gonna take rum. We're gonna twist it out just a little bit. We're gonna pop that ever so slightly on underneath your brow right there. Take the center of your nose. A little bit of a lock down the center. Then chin. And then to get the inner corner, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a brush and we're just gonna scoop a little bit off and then put that in the middle. And what I like to do is I like to blend it a little bit onto the waterline and a little bit onto my upper lid, just a little bit. So it looks more natural, so it's connected. So it's not just this little spot in the middle, or in the corner of your eye, but it blends into the actual eye. There, so you see how that works? How I got this brightness in the corner of my eye, and then I blend it out into the lower lash and into the upper as well. Okay, see how that works? So we do that, and then I'm gonna take my finger for this part because it's really close to the brow, just so I don't mess it up, and pull that in. Nose, we're gonna use our finger here as I put myself in my eye. I'm gonna take this little brush and just blend. Cool. And then for the cheek, we're just gonna do a small swipe, light pressure. Let the weight of the stick do it for you. And then we're just gonna take our beauty blender actually and use that to blend this out with the point. So that way it doesn't get too diffused on the skin, you know what I mean? And then, I don't know about y'all, but I think I look pretty good, just saying. Something I'm going to do, because y'all can't, but I'm gonna take some cologne, because maybe I'm about to see somebody. You don't know my life. But we're gonna put some cologne on, because I always feel good. I just started wearing cologne again. I haven't worn cologne for a very long time, and now I'm reincorporating that back into my life. So we got that. This is actually Suede from Bath and Body Works. It's nothing. It ain't no Tom Ford. Okay, we on that level yet. For the people out there who've got oily skin like I do, or combination skin, you should probably powder afterwards. What I'm using is from Becca Cosmetics. This is their Hydra-Mist Set and Refresh Powder. Just dip your face brush, tap off the excess, and we're gonna put that in the middle of my face. Again, this helps with, you know, kind of mattifying your skin. If you're a person who has oily skin, this will help cut down on that and help protect your face for as long as it can. Just powder the whole face. Just powder the whole damn face. You know what we're gonna do, because we can, and I figured why the hell not, is we're gonna take that rum color again, and we're actually just going to, I'm just gonna take my pinky, get a little bit of the rum, just a little bit, not even that much, and we're just gonna go in the center of your eye, just in the middle of it too, not the whole thing. Blends it out a little bit, of course, but just to add a little bit of extra. Just a little bit. Okay, we are done with the face. So, this is what you look like when you're done. You can, I'm gonna put a side by side to the before, so y'all can see what I look like before and what I look like after, okay? You cannot tell me that dude can just be walking around with no makeup and that'd be all right. I mean, a little bit goes a long way, as I got glitter on my lip again. Whatever. You can't tell me that this does not look good. You cannot. I double dog dare you. I triple dog dare you to say like, nah, bruh, leave it alone. What I'm also going to do is we're gonna take down these braids to see what kind of cool twists we have. So when you're taking down your hair, something to remember, put some oil on your fingers just so that way you kind of have a little bit of moisture. You're not just taking or like ripping through your hair. What we're gonna do first though, is we're gonna take all the rubber bands off. Hate doing that, that's my least favorite part of it. So I'm gonna do this real quick and then I'm gonna come back to y'all, all right? Okay y'all, so music, y'all saw Childish Gambino's video, right? What are your thoughts on it? Like, let's have a small discussion while I'm taking out my braids. This is what I thought about it. Let me give you my thought real quick. First of all, first impression is that very visually jarring. I would say triggering, and I don't mean that in like a funny way or like in the way in the connotation that people say just to say it like, oh, it's triggering. I mean like as a person who kind of has to step away from the news a lot because of how violent and depressing and disparaging the stories are of the things happening around our country, especially in the US. I would say particularly in the US, that it was something that those are images that I specifically avoid looking at because I know that me and my anxiety can't handle it, especially because it seems to be unceasing and it doesn't get any better, it appears. So that part was for me like visually and emotionally jarring to watch, the first part and the second part. If you haven't seen the video yet, you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch it. It's pretty good. Like, it's very thought-provoking. I thought all of the small Easter eggs that he put in with his attire, with how he handled the guns in the video, how he showed the violence, how he had the kids dancing, how he had the chaotic background, how he had the person riding the white horse with the scripture reference. I just think it was completely brilliant, and it's a piece of art that is literally iconic and is completely descriptive of the time that it comes from, because we are living in a society that, unfortunately, and with the advent and the invention of social media, that we literally can go, well, I've got a whole bunch of glitter in this lock. Sorry, I distracted. But that with social media, we literally can go from a news cycle that goes from latest trend to what are you putting in your potato salad, to black man gets shot on arm, to woman gets killed in the back of a bus, to, you know, all of these horrible things, and then we just keep swiping through this to the next thing over and over and over, day after day after day. And that doesn't affect us psychologically and mentally when it does. And so he captured that in such an amazing and cool way. I'm just like, wow. I'm very, it was very brilliant. Especially at the very end. Like at first he's the person putting on a performance and doing all this stuff. By the end of it, he is the black man running away from the terrors of the society that he lives in. And it's such brilliance because it captures the everyday experience of just black people and people of color in this country. People act as if though like the things we talk about don't matter or they don't exist or microaggressions aren't real, but it's like, bro, this stuff happens to us and no one's listening, or we are so bogged down and worn and weary from it happening all the time that we check out. I know that I have checked out mentally. I know that being aware, being woke is tiring. Sometimes you need to go to sleep, but at the same time, you can't sleep for so long that the world happens without you and you're not there to change it or affect change or have your voice be heard. And so it's just a very cool video because it deals with that in such a interesting way through his music and through the way he tells that story with his video. So what are y'all thoughts? I know I said like a whole dissertation, but what are y'all thoughts about it? I really want to know. I'm curious. Let's have the conversation. Y'all know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put on some lip balm that whole time. So that's just one side, as you can see. Oh my goodness, let me refocus this so y'all can see. There we go. See this? I'm gonna do this on the other side and we'll be right back. All right. So that's the final look, y'all. First of all, can we just do a side-by-side of the last time I did braid-outs? Because this looks a hell of a lot better than that stuff we did last time. I mean, like, you see it, right? You see that, right? No, never again. Okay, so yeah, definitely going to do the 6 locks instead of 3 per braid every time, because this is just, I am gagging right now, y'all. Ooh, I can't. Okay, let me stop. So yeah, so this is the final look. These are the braid-outs. Let me do a quick 360 so you can see how everything looks really quick. So, all right. Hope y'all guys like it. If you did like this, give it a thumbs up. Again, this is the routine that I do when I'm going out, you know, to hang out, like to a bar, to the club. This is also the look that I do now. This is like a routine when I get ready to film. So if you guys want to know like all the stuff that I do before I even turn the camera on, this is it. Besides the actual styling of my locks, all of the stuff that I do. So, you know, exfoliating the skin, moisturizing, washing my face, moisturizing my face, and then putting all this makeup on is for y'all. It's also for me because I like looking good, and I think this makeup makes me look pretty good. So there's that. Hold on, wait a minute. I'm gonna do a quick little style real quick. Yes, messy bun for the win. Oh yes. Okay. So yeah. Yeah, we're gonna bring it like that. We're gonna rock it like that. All right, so this is the final look. It's just too much. It's too much. Y'all taking this in? Do you see what I'm saying? If you look in my eyes and see what I see. If you look through my eyes, whatever. But yeah, I like this. All right, well, like I said before, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments about any of the products I used in this video, all of the stuff that I used will be in the description box below. But if there's anything else you want to know, ask me. If you want to hit me up outside of the YouTube world, I'm also on Snapchat, Justin Locs. I'm on Instagram, Justin Locs. Follow me either of those places and hit me up. Or just like my photos. Plus, you can see the photos that I did. I'll put one here so you guys can see, okay? And another. Why don't we just do a whole little slideshow while we here? You know, while we up, So yeah, that was what I wore this past weekend at the bar at XY. If you're in Wichita, come to XY on the weekends, I'll be there. But anyway, that's what I wore. I was doing a little glitterati, a little gold member situation. So we had that going on, which was really fun. It was very challenging to get all that makeup and stuff. But anyway, we did that. It was really cool. From there, subscribe if you have not already done so yet. Hit that button and also hit the notification bell icon so you'll be notified when I make new videos, which is whenever I feel like making them right now. So today's video is going to be a really late Monday upload, and hopefully I'll do something else. Actually, I'm having a vlog coming up Thursday, so stay tuned for that. We're trying to get back to regular scheduled programming. So anyway, all of that said, so that's the video. I hope you guys like this, and there's a playlist. Well, there's a playlist there. Last video's up there of what I did. And there's also a subscribe icon right there as well. Hit any of those things. Watch more of my content. I will leave it there for you to enjoy. And until next time, see you later. Peace. And keep it locked. This makeup though. I can't.